Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to wait for everyone to get up before we started.
I don't know who's straggling, but I'm first on everything, you know me.
We won't let Mr. Bruno make you rush next time back, Mr. Dax.
Cat attack.
Okay. Roll call, Diane.
Mr. Douglas.
Here.
Mr. Ducat.
Here.
Mr. Bruno.
Here.
Mr. Erlich.
Here.
Mr. McDonald.
Here.
Mr. Gwinnett, zoning officer. Tyler, Mr. Jarvis. Deputy Highway Superintendent. Chaka, dog control officer. Mr. Tatro, water and sewer superintendent, if I said it right. Mr. Farrell, highway superintendent. Ms. Barber, confidential secretary to the board, and our guests.
Diane, our tax collector, town clerk. Matt is going to be here about 6:45. Christine is going to be the same way because they both have basketball practice.
No, she was here while you were gone.
She
yeah, she came and she gave me some information to pass along after,
okay.
And she's going to go back to basketball.
Okay, and Matt won't be here until at least 6:45. The next 3 meetings because he's coaching basketball too. The 29th though, if we do have that meeting, I would tell him not to come because it won't make sense for him to. 25th, I'm sorry, 25th. Other than that, okay. So I need a motion and a second to accept all department, water, sewer, Belcor, highway, town clerk, dog control, youth, code and zoning, supervisor report, court, website, and banking report. Motion and second, and then discussion.
Motion.
Greg? Second. Jim? Any discussion on any of the reports?
Do you have snowshoes to chase the dogs? You might have to get a pair of snowshoes if he's going to be chasing dogs. And ponies. And wild cats.
He's got pretty big boots, so you're going to need them for a while. Walking through that.
Any discussion on the department heads, anything?
Everything looks good to me.
Okay.
Thanks y'all for the reports.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We don't have JC yet.
So we'll take that until, we probably won't get it. We do have a new person down there. Seems very nice, very good, working. The gentleman was back that's been helping out, volunteering down there for over a year or so. Today they're going in that and stuff, so.
Excellent.
Going like it should right now.
Great.
Yeah,
Good
very,
news.
very nice.
Good news this time of year.
Yep. Very nice. Okay, so we got that all approved. I need a motion to accept the minutes of the regular board meeting of December 28th, 2023. I need a motion to accept.
So moved.
Mel made the motion.
Second.
Eric second.
You have to abstain.
No, you accept it, you're not approving.
This
Okay.
acceptance. It's just acceptance. So we
Thank
get
you.
a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Sorry I missed it.
Look good? That was a quick, simple, easy one. No discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Community input. Anyone sign up?
No.
Any community input at all? Okay. Move right along. And number 7. I need a motion and a second for a resolution to purchase the John Deere 2025R compact utility trailer with plow, blade, and sidewalk for sidewalk cleaning.
I'll make that motion.
Craig made the motion.
I'll second.
No.
That's a snowblower, just to be clear too.
Yeah, Mike, what's that? Go ahead.
Yeah, that comes with a snowblower too, and that is a New York State OGS minivan contract.
What's your thoughts down the road? The snow blower is narrower. Are you gonna?
It's, the blade is 47 inch, the blower's under 4 foot too. So they'll still have to go up and back. So it'll work on 4 foot, it'll work on 5 foot.
I thought I saw a 54 inch blade.
Same blower.
Oh,
It's powered anyway.
But it is.
Looks like a nice unit, man. We need
Yeah,
it.
the
We
front
need
weight
upgrades.
is
It's been a long
54,
time.
the snow blower itself is 47.
It's identical to town hall tables. It's the only thing we didn't get the salter. The salter, they wanted $6,000. We kind of see what straight salt does to sidewalk to start with, so let's stay away.
Does it have a lawnmower attachment?
No.
Bummer.
So
That is too, I don't know, Brady, you can remember, that was discussed at the work, it was part of my budget, general. And I don't remember if it was wrecked or where the other third part was being split 3 ways,
Yeah.
but I don't remember,
we're gonna hold on and see where it's getting split.
of course, it was workshop, so I'm sure enough of that.
We won't put you in the red right off.
He's used to it.
Wait until at least June then.
Don't make him cry. We're tired.
We'll wait till at least June and before we put that.
Don't make that cry.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any more discussion?
No.
Resolution, Diane.
A resolution to purchase a John Deere 2025R compact utility tractor, 18 PTO HP with blade and snow blower attachments for the purpose of clearing the town sidewalks by the town of Peru Highway Department. Whereas the town of Peru Town Board and the town of Peru Highway Superintendent has found the need to purchase a new John Deere 18 PTO HP compact utility tractor with blade and snow blower attachments for the purpose of clearing the town sidewalks more efficiently and safely of snow in a timely manner. Whereas the bid received on January 2nd, 2024 from United Ag Insurance was $30,112.68 to furnish new compact tractor and attachments as per New York State Landscaping Grounds Contract PC 69683 PGXNCG 22. And whereas the town board and the highway Department Superintendent determined to purchase said tractor from United Ag and Turf according to the New York State Landscaping Grounds Contract number PC 69683, and now be it resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately, and the town supervisor is authorized to sign all paperwork to execute this purchase as soon as possible.
Any other discussion?
Just one more question, I just want to make sure it is, that's 4-wheel drive.
What's that?
4-wheel drive.
Yes, yeah, it's got a cabin.
The whole thing.
Yeah, cabin with heater.
Music? Music?
It's got to be, I'm sure it will have.
It doesn't light. Anything else? Okay, roll call.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Duque?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Erlen?
Yep.
And Mr. McDonald?
Yes. Number 8.
I'd like to postpone number 8 until Matt gets here.
Okay, yep, so we have table number 8 until Matt gets here.
I make the motion, we table number 8.
Craig made the motion, you want to second that?
Yeah.
No? Craig,
Till further in this meeting.
till later in the meeting,
Yeah,
after Matt gets here.
not forever.
You're gonna be here at 6:45, so I got the motion second, all in favor? Aye.
6:45?
6:45.
I'm gonna be here.
Well, we have executive session about possible litigation,
Okay.
so we have to
So we'll eat
wait.
more chocolate.
We got more chocolate, we got half the box left.
Can't eat
Okay. Number 9, it's just discussion, but the motion is second for discussion about the traffic intersection lights on 22 and 22B that we got rejected. I need a motion second.
A motion.
Craig?
Discussion.
So second, you want to Mel to have discussion?
Yeah, I didn't know if we could do that.
Craig.
Just discussion.
Yeah, there's no motion, we really don't need it. That's all right, you want it?
And discussion, we all got the email.
Yes.
They denied it, obviously, for the lack of, any big accidents or anything like that for right now.
So when everybody leaves here tonight, see if we can't take care of that.
No,
We'll let you go first.
bring up, if you really want to deal with it, I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
there is a cure, I don't know if they'll do it. You can ask for no turn on red at Bear Swamp, will cure some of that. Wait for the light.
That's true. That's true, because it's one after another, and they're always in that gap of taking red on red, so. I can tell you, you can sit, I mean, especially when school's in session, or anything else, or if it's that time of day for lunches, you can sit there for a while. And
I brought that
to the
up
left, it's hard to
before,
see.
but I know Ron Allen spotted tooth and nail. Well, you were on. It's just a thought, or,
But possible no turn on red up on top.
you know, I don't know if they would go for that either, you don't know. But it's up to you, whatever you want to do.
We can send a letter as a, I mean, the thing is, we'll stop the in-between every, you get one car and then you get another, and then you look to the left, it's hard.
Yeah, but I don't want them backing up on Bear Swamp either, you know?
Yeah, they was gonna cut through Apple Country Park.
Yeah.
Which they do now.
But they're backing up with blood pressure, we gotta go left.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Been there.
And what
We
they're
all
doing
been
now,
there. We've all
they're
been
cutting-
there.
They're cutting, where the old post office,
Yeah,
coming up
by
by
Spears.
Dr. Spears.
That's where I go.
No, I don't know if I want them backing up on Bear Swamp, a lot of
I just
three
get it.
quarters of traffic is right
Yeah.
And the worst thing is, this other one down here, I agree with that light, but boy, when you come out of Stewart's, that one closest to the light, if there's two cars there, if you pull out, which a lot of people have done, you're stuck with the other car coming.
Never
You
go
know
out
what,
that
though,
first
Brandy?
driveway.
I know. Well, I see a lot of people doing it though.
Whenever I leave, I always take the farthest.
Everybody.
Yeah, everyone, I mean.
That's really the only way you can do it
But
safely.
over the last 2-3 weeks, I've seen a lot of people pull out that first one, and then they're stuck in the road there because. there's
Maybe
no-
Stewart's would put a one-way in and one way out.
Oh, good idea.
Okay, so
Right.
as we know, it got rejected,
Right.
and we got the letter on it.
I think we just sit on it for now.
Sit down for now, see what happens.
All right.
Okay, number 10, discussion, for adding comp time to water sewer employees while on call, it'd be comp time only.
Yes.
Courtney, you wanna bring up anything on this, other than?
No, you did.
Somebody's got questions.
I think we had a little discussion amongst ourselves, Courtney, and we kind of think that a 2-hour comp time would be a good starting point for us to start with. Would you guys agree with that?
We get a little disappointed, we appreciate they're getting something, so.
Right. I mean, if they do get called, they still get paid.
No,
If they go in,
if they go in,
That's right.
this is for the
Yeah.
responsibility of carrying the phone and dealing with the stuff they don't go in for. So, I mean, if you look at water and sewers past overtime expenses compared to now, I'm sure you'll see quite a difference. But there's a lot of times, and there's not so much the public calling, like they have a plug sewer or that, you're going in.
Yeah.
you get 3 hours
Once in a-
back no matter what. right?
If they go in, yeah, whenever they go in, no matter what, if the employee goes in, they're getting overtime.
Right.
And we don't get a ton of public call. Sometimes you get calls and you can answer the question on the phone or it's not. Sometimes you get a dig safe ticket, which those all go through our office for an emergency. Say somebody hits a pole, there's a car accident, breaks a pole, there's an emergency, dig safe calls in. If the guys actually have to go out and do a locate, then they're gonna get paid. If it's out of our water and sewer zone, we can just tell them, we're all clear, or we can call a person, you gotta call a person that called in and tell them we're all clear. It's more, we get a lot more now of the water plant calling in the middle of the night. I had a call last night at 11:30, chlorine pumps went down. I logged in on my phone, I was able to get them running again, so I didn't have to go in. If I went in, I don't get any.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but, somebody went in, they would have paid. And now, you have 2 pump stations that are also on, all computerized. So, Main Lane, which before we relied on somebody seeing a red light flash and call us. And now you have a new pump station that we never had on Elm Street. And these are all computerized.
Yep.
They got SCADA systems, they're flow monitored. Those call, and those don't call on the phone line. So if you look at the phone records, it's not in there. It stride link.
Right.
That sends a notification to the phone. So,
How long does it take if something like that happens on your computer to adjust it?
sometimes the,
You know, just.
so take the water plant,
I'm not looking for
We're having issues right now with a control valve in the water plant, and it's hunting to find gallon per minute we set it. So it might, if we set it at 60 gallons a minute, it'll jump to say 100, 110, and then it comes down. Well, when it does that, it spikes the turbidity to the plant, that kicks an alarm, we got high turbidity, the plant calls you, get on your phone, you log in, 2 credentials that you have to use, and a lot of times the turbidity's down. Last night it was a chlorine alarm. We already had one pump down, but I was able to open up the settings on the chlorine pump, reset it, speed it up, push the air out, it took off, and that was it. Over the weekend, on New Year's, we had 2 calls for the main line generator was coming on. Power didn't go out anywhere, but the generator came on. First time I went in, I checked it, checked voltages, everything seemed fine. And the second time, I called them, to go check it, one thing switched over. I come to find out, I think, and that's happened 4 times now. And I think it's because NICEAG substation is down, and they're running the trailer portable, because to me the voltages were a little low. I called NICEAG, they came out, they say they're within their tolerances, but it hasn't happened since. So. But if you get high flows through Sanborn, it kicks a high flow alarm, you gotta log in and make sure everything.
Yeah, I understand that it doesn't always go through the top one.
And there's weeks you don't have it.
Yeah.
You know, lately with all the rains and stuff, there's been a lot more of it this year. But there are weeks around you don't get any calls.
Because it's all new for us on this, we think it's a good thing, so we're gonna try to start with 2, maybe next year we look at it again and see how it goes. So, okay. Do you guys want to get that in the resolution for next meeting?
Sure.
Sure.
And the biggest thing, because my wife here, we talk about a bunch of this stuff that we talk about, they have a pager in the doctor, of course, before she got done. They have a pager, if they're on call during the week for a pager, they get $100 a week. So it's nothing different than if you get no calls or some calls, you're still on, you're compensated somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, there are places that do it, because I've read it on different operator pages. I mean, there's places that, okay, you get so much, like say 30 cents an hour. But if you get a call and you have to log in SCADA, now it jumps up, you get so much. That's a nightmare.
Yeah.
I think you would agree if you had to, every little thing. I just think that's flat.
Okay.
Something reasonable flat.
We're just so used to you doing it, all yourself, and now you got employees that are capable of doing it.
And I mean, they were doing it if I didn't field it first, but we've changed the phone dialer now, so now I'm second. Before I was first, if I was busy, sometimes I would let it go to them. Most of the time I was.
Yeah. All right, so let's see how this goes.
Okay. So you get a resolution for 2 hours next, the 25th meeting.
Sounds great.
Thank you.
Yeah. And we will just verify that we don't have to pay when we give comp time. We have just make sure between now and the 25th that we can give comp time and not pay, because I know, not municipality-wise, but in the case scenario.
Well, either way, we were
our
only
race office
asking.
had to give pay, not comp time. But that's different than municipalities.
But
So
we were only asking for comp time.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Yeah. Okay. So number 11. Actually, we have to put along a little bit something, but we got executive session about other stuff on this. Number 11, other business. Eric.
Bob and I are working with a couple people interested in some of the subdivision orchard view, so keeping our fingers crossed.
we are.
They look to be very serious.
Yes, yeah, so, recently, traded emails with an attorney and gathered information from Mike and Courtney as to the concerns they have with any of the issues we have, and went to the attorney and yeah, we have,
A couple interested.
yeah, very serious bites, and hopefully, and we know how important that is, so. where?
What's Orchard View, that Washington? State?
Yeah, Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, the town's doing, Bob's doing his part, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Hoping that the owner
Yeah, let's hope
plays
he's.
nice to everybody.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so, yeah. Good, thank you.
Anything else? And if you have something that comes up, we can always come back to. Jim?
I'm good.
Diane? Mel?
Just wanted to congratulate Jim on his choice of tires.
At least you guys go to the same, you guys go to the same store at least. JC Penney's or Amazon?
St. Augustine.
St. Augustine.
Best store in town.
You betcha, hey, John? That's funny. This was John's tie, wasn't it?
Could have well have been, yeah, I had one just like that.
That's it.
Craig.
I just want to welcome Eric, man, I'm looking forward to working with you, pal. I think
Thank you.
we got a
Same
great
here.
board, we had a great board, we still got a great board. Town of Peru is a good place to live, and we'll keep it going that way. Christian Marino wanted everybody to know that the problem with the keys has been taken care of. The janitors are going to unlock the door before they get there, they're going to lock it after they leave. So the door will be at open access, they won't need a card to get in and out for basketball. So she's pretty excited about that. And that's about it. Thank you.
Okay. Bob?
Good, thank you.
Done.
We all know there's that white stuff on the ground, so we're 2 trucks down. You guys did a hell of a job this past weekend keeping up with it. I'm gonna pick up, Mike's gonna pick up, we're trying to make things a little faster for those guys coming into the village, so the village is getting split between everybody. They're doing what they can, we got more snow coming, so
High winds.
let's hope for the best.
How long are we going to be 2 trucks down?
Good question, we can't get an answer on a seal for a pump, and we can't get an answer on a pump, so without those pumps, the trucks don't run.
Right.
Me as a deputy, my job is to make my guys happy. A lot of the complaints right now are the cars on the side of the streets. Mike and I talked about it a little bit. The village, I plowed the village for a long time. I dealt with the cars all the time, and it gets a little nerve-wracking because you're 11 foot just with a blade. You add the wing, you're another 6. Sometimes you can't even fit through. So you have to back all the way up, and it's frustrating. And now it's starting to go outside the village. So we had, I don't know how many cars just in the last weekend. It's getting bad. Cars on the street.
So if we can get John to put something on the Gazette about that, John, highlight it or do a separate article.
Yeah, write something up if you would.
Yeah, if you don't mind, because that seems to get out there really good. I mean, obviously in the village, we can put signs up. Outside the village, we can't. But inside the village, we could. I mean, I can tell you all the streets because you can drive down them, any day, and people are parked on the sidewalk or in the road, on the side, and you can see where you guys go around all the time. And the end of my street the other night, it's frustrating when you know you're getting a storm and there's 4 people parked at the end of our street in the middle of the road just about, and if you get a young person coming the other way, they have no idea that car's stopped dead.
You need to go the Plattsburgh route with the flashing lights?
Well, point blank is, what I told, because I brought this up before, I want to do more parking in certain streets and, more for what, yeah. But I told the guys, we're not going to pick a wing up and go over a car or truck and set it back down. The point blank is, now if they pull on the street and the cars are half blocking the road, back out, and that street not get plowed until we can get down through. If they call me, I'll explain exactly why, because it's a liability for the town.
Yep.
I have no authorization to have it towed. And half of them are parking on the sidewalk or wherever. Jenkins Street is a nightmare. There's another one,
North Bend.
North Van Elm Street. I mean, I can even, but now it's even up in the Quaker Springs that are doing it. We'll come up with a plow, we'll try to give them a warning, dump it right in front of them, and sneak behind them, dump it, make a shovel, but I don't think it bother them. You go back next storm and they're there.
You get these ice storms too, like these trucks don't stop on a dime, so, and what happens if we run into them on accident, that's that's on our license, so.
They'd be the first ones to complain if their car got hit.
Yeah, they went 15 and a quarter hours yesterday. straight, no months, no stop, other than got something quick. And, you know, after a while with those flakes, you get tired, so it's just an accident waiting to happen, so they're gonna back out and leave it.
And now with the salt reduction and stuff.
And hopefully the neighborhood, once they find out why it can get plowed down, they get after that neighbor.
It was different when we ran salt sand, like you could park on the side of the road and we could go around, you wouldn't know the difference because the hard pack was there, but now with the salt, they move out, that snow freezes, it's ice, somebody hits that, gets in an accident, so. That's just the stuff I'm taking from the shop, that's what they want me to bring up, so.
I mean, as we know, the city and different places have the flashers, you can't park or you can tow. You know, hopefully we don't have to get to that point, but at the same time, we will figure out something. And if John could get a nice article out there about that separately, and keep it on the top of the page for a little while, we're not posting like 20 other things on top. That'd be good.
Is it, what streets are the primary offenders?
North Bend, Elm,
Jenkins, you said?
Jenkins,
Really bad.
Jenkins narrow to start with.
Yeah.
Can we put a sticker on their car or something?
Yeah,
I got no authority.
No authority. Because unless you post it, or unless you have the flashes like the city does, you know, because people come and go, people move.
Okay, can we also put it on our sign?
We could, absolutely.
Some sort of paragraph or something, you know, saying, no?
Can I threaten?
I'm good with it.
So is Pam.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, but yeah.
I will put something on the side.
Don't put a smiley face at the bottom, you know, maybe one of the mean emojis or whatever they're called.
Little demo.
Little
It just
square.
makes it hard, because the roads are
Little
narrow
square
enough
mouth,
to
you know?
begin with, and then trying to go around, and then like you said. Okay.
Thanks.
Try to get it out and see what we can do.
The only other thing I got, Mike doesn't really know we're doing it, but the guys have come together and supplies that we need for the shop now, we're trying to find a little bit cheaper alternatives to kind of save some money, help Mike with the budget, so. They brought it to me, they're like, hey, let's look through these catalogs and see if we can get things that are more efficient. One thing they brought up was like heat shrink, you know how you get like a little heat shrink, you cut it, the other half goes in the trash. They found where you can buy them in the rolls, then you can just cut what you want off. I mean, it's just little things that they're gonna try to do.
Yes.
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's what they do, Caroline.
Thank you.
Go there.
Chocolate.
Nope, very slow.
That's a good problem.
Worst calls, I actually, that's what I would help you with this one.
Still working.
Yeah. Literally one action call.
Now it's more of a cow man, how'd you get him rounded up into horses, man?
They're his size horses.
They can't walk, I get my hand.
Courtney.
I'm good.
Mike.
The only thing I'll say, you know, guys, you know, started their own page, with, you know, comments about the salt brine and all the damage. We had did that thing, I know Jim and Craig went at the library. I'd like to do another one maybe here, you know, at an evening or something. I don't know, get any more people, try to explain to them. I know Tyler and I, from when we did it 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, we kind of knew what we were doing, but not a lot. Now we're very well know what we're doing, and we know what works.
The roads are awesome, you guys,
It-
totally
You know,
awesome.
I'll compare our roads with anybody, even DOT. You know, we're being very environmentally friendly too and not wasted, like you said. I think another public thing, I don't care if we have it in the garage, you know, because we got the equipment there to show everybody.
Might be better.
I think honestly, I think it
Or
might be
doing a
better.
Saturday,
I
don't care.
think it might be better in the garage, because then you can explain and show people what the equipment is. I think that'd be a lot more informative.
But it's hard to, you know, online, go back and forth, and I don't,
Well, you got the
I
same,
don't get into
hate
that.
to say it, but you got the same idiots that's gonna argue with you if you say something the wrong way, no matter what.
But,
You do. You got the same ones. I mean, every time Tyler posts someone, or I post something, or we put, you know, like the other day, we didn't know we were gonna get 8-9 inches of snow. They predicted
but
2 inches,
kept changing.
you know.
So, yeah, and the guys, actually, I plow early in the morning, and they give me the rest of the day off, so I got to spend it with my grandson, but it's a little odd for me to be home watching the snow and not be able to go, but Tyler's plow ended up breaking, so he got mine, so Then that truck went, that pickup used it this morning, and then they went to get parts with it, and the fuel pump went, no more, so. Gone to Brandon's, the two trucks that are down to Charlie Boyd's, one's for hydraulic pump, that was 90 days, so that's still gonna be at least the end of the month. Tyler's was the seal, which they, Tanko sent them, they got it all apart, it's the wrong seal. Plow companies, they got 3 shops, and they use 3 different suppliers. Why one company doesn't use the same pump, same seal, is beyond me. So once loaded down there with salt, it's probably like concrete down the tires. Truck is fine, just needs a darn seal, we can't get it.
And take it out, the other truck is not running.
The truck we bought from down at Braintree, they haven't got their new one, that's held up the Plow dealer too. So if they get theirs, we'll get that one. Thank God we haven't had a lot of snow. The 8 truck, it's still going, that's the one, the entry's going in the oil, but Andrew has taken well care of it, babied it, and linked, got it to go, but what I was worried about was the storm like yesterday where it's constantly running and you can't check it because it's so hot, but it made it through. So as long as we don't have a lot of them, just praying it gets better. So in that retrospect, we got one new truck come in, and now we went to every 2 years. I hate to tell you this, but because they're so far out, probably next month or March, I got to expect another one because that's where they are.
Yep.
That's just the way the economy is. Actually, the key switch, I'll tell you how bad it's done. Key switch is gone on my new pickup. It's a year. It can be up to a year to get key switch for that truck. That's how frustrating it is. So, I thought about, just having them rip the whole thing out and give us a new key, but those new keys all come with a computer chip, so you're talking some money, so you can't do that. So, other than that, they did a hell of a job. I got a wonderful group. It's a lot of stress off me. Everything's going good, so everybody's getting along.
Hey, running 2 trucks down, you guys did an awesome job, and it's,
we're trying, and they're trying. So
I mean, I'm working up in Dannemora, and I'm in 4-wheel drive going up through Saranac because the roads are so bad.
I'm pulling from Blue, and our roads look a lot better. What's happening down there?
Yeah. The 2 new guys have really worked out well. I mean, one came from DOT, but he didn't plow side roads or this or that. Just remain and you turn around and come back. They're doing well.
Good, excellent.
That's it.
Thank you. Helen?
Alan?
Yes, before vacation, I had talked to you about 2 grants that we took through, and one was to finish the job at the Heyworth Mason building, and we pulled that one from the grantors, and I sent a letter, and they were very, understanding. The second one we didn't get to pull, and because I didn't know until about 15 minutes before I had to press the button that we couldn't do it. The second one was for the mural, for the history of Peru mural, and we were having a really tough time getting a location. We had, the possibility of 3, and then at the last meetings, several other locations were suggested that didn't seem to work out. We were still hoping we'd have a location. These grants, the problem with the grant is it starts in October of 2024 and finishes in October of 2025. So you have to sort of decide whether, what you're going to be doing a year and a half ahead. And so perhaps I was too optimistic thinking that we could get this mural done. But I have a relationship with the grantors. It went in under Courtney's name. But I have a relationship with them, so I will let them know that we hope to maybe be back next year.
Next year.
This is the same grant we're looking to do the mural and the Heyworth Mason bath.
Yeah,
So,
I think it'll still work, but if we're not ready to do it.
But it wouldn't be anything until October of 24 to 25.
It wouldn't have started, it would have been the summer of October 2025 that we would have had to have the mural up by October of 2025. So the next cycle, which is going to come around, will give us another couple more years to figure out what and where.
give us
That might be more
we can get more information and understand it more, and we can talk more about it.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
thanks.
Anything else, Helen? Good. Pam?
I will be on vacation the 16th through the 23rd. So if at all possible, since we're off on Monday, if I could get payroll on the 12th and just project, which, I mean, Monday would have been the last day and that's a day off.
That's a holiday.
That's a holiday, so it shouldn't be hard, but if I can get it in then, as soon as I can get it in, I'll come in on the holiday if I have to.
Could you send just send out an email to everybody, please asking them that, and just saying that you are on vacation, so anything that comes in after the 12th will be delayed. I mean, Monday's a holiday, so it would have been, due then anyways, so it should be okay,
I'll
right?
make
Mike,
sure it gets done
Courtney,
before I go.
everybody, that should be okay to get in by Friday, the 12th. But send out an email reminder, I know we talked about it, we can remember, but just have it down. That way you don't have to come on the 15th before you leave, or half of your vacation.
If I have to.
Well, you deserve a vacation just like everyone else.
Just try to be considerate and do it.
Okay, anything else, Pam?
Um,
Trying to do it a little bit, because hopefully Matt gets here. I mean, we can go to executive session anyways, and start our conversation, but.
So the computer should be here this week sometime, the laptop. So I will have access to my computer here. They'll put in a VPN on it, and so it'll be safe connection whenever it's, if something does come up, I'll monitor my emails and stuff, so.
I forgot, Telegraph, CNS Engineering, for the third time, it's filing bridge culvert New York. So let's hope third time's the charm.
Let's hope. I did talk to Billy Jones tonight. He's looking into a couple of things. He was just leaving the Capitol when I talked to him tonight before our 5 o'clock meeting. And he's checking into 2 or 3 different things for us to see on water sewer, on bridges, on roads. So, but like I said, he just walked out of the Capitol early when I was talking to him. So that's one thing I say about Billy. I can call his cell phone, and if he's not in session, he answers the phone. He's great about it.
You doing anything out of business with this, or?
No, that's just for our information, for right now. I did talk,
Is this a mess up?
they're looking into it. We all got it today, so yeah.
Is that a big grant?
Yeah. If you want to talk
So
about it.
that would
you
be
wanna-
another one?
I mean, I just saw it.
I just saw it too. Today,
No.
we got it today, so.
No, it's not that one.
And I believe
It's not the big one.
I believe it's the one we gave up to reapply to get a higher
Yeah.
amount.
Okay.
I will be on vacation from, this Friday night until the 21st. And I will not have my work phone or email.
The 5th through the 25th work. The 5th to the 25th they work.
Respond for it.
What the hell? We get a vacation?
They work, believe
I'm
me.
going next, at the end of next
Going
one,
down 28
not till
years.
February 18th.
My guys still get a hold of
You
I'm
should-
it.
usually, I'm usually gone way before now, but our
This
grandson
goes 8
came early.
times, yes, 8 vacations.
My guys know if there's an emergency, I have my personal cell.
He has to work for himself, and nobody else will give him that many vacations. Good for you.
I will on my personal.
So who's your next in charge, Chad? Perfect.
Okay, anything else?
Have a
I
good
mean,
relationship.
obviously, they're calling, I keep getting stuff from NYSEG on my email over and over and over. They're calling for 40 to 60 mile an hour winds. You know somebody with a sub pump and they're running like crazy still, mine is, and I know everyone else's is still. You better have a backup battery generator, or backup generator just in case, or a regular generator, hopefully. But who knows? They are calling for it, and I keep getting messages over and over from NYSEG. It goes to my town phone and the town email, so they're predicting a lot of high winds and heavy wet snow, 6 to 12
60 not
inches.
bad.
But then change it over to all rain by Wednesday, hopefully morning, I hope. So,
Oh, good.
it looks like a mess.
Courtney, I got one more question. How we pulled down the Deere Mason, there's no light on that, or the light's not working.
Oh, it's out. I'll report it.
You and I have talked about it.
I'll report it.
Just thinking vandalism was that dark.
You're talking about electrical pole, right? Yeah, it's probably worth it. I'll just, there's a lawn line for that, I can fill out. Sorry, so no, I'll fix it. It has 2 lines.
It's tomorrow afternoon, overnight.
So it's on the dark there.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Do you have a circle?
We don't have water. We do have some, but we're lovely.
Okay,
Well,
so other businesses done, we will go, and each should be here in about
public comment?
Public comments on agenda items only.
Supposed to be what snowed in.
Anybody?
That's what.
No?
I need a motion and a second for a resolution to pay the December 23 bills that came in after our last meeting of the
Yeah,
year.
look at John.
Motion, second.
Jim made that motion, and Craig seconded. Yep, Craig and Jim. Craig and Jim made the motion and second, and
Jim and Craig.
yep, Jim and Craig, but I'm not.
I got it.
You got it?
No, but
You gotta go online?
Yeah, give it.
You've got it. Keep looking.
Let's just see if we can dive in real quick, if not.
I got it.
There we go. Then mix up all of the other stuff.
I have everything mixed up, but my,
A little more.
There we go. Okay, so Jim and Craig, Jim and Craig made a motion, resolution Diane.
resolution authorizing the post audit payment, authorizing the post audit payment of certain claims, bills, and invoices of the town, whereas the town board has reviewed and audited the following claims, bills, and invoices for services rendered and goods provided for the town in December 2023. From town approved vouchers in December 2023, 2023018868 through and including 2023011921, abstract dated 1/5/24, with a dollar amount totaling $85,687.05. Of that, $401.60 is wired credit cards and prepaid, and $85,285.45 is remaining to be paid. And whereas the town board finds said claims, bills, and invoices to be acceptable in form and reasonable in amount, now therefore be it resolved that payment of the aforementioned claims, bills, and invoices is approved, and the supervisor be and hereby is authorized to make such payment, and be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Any discussion at all, anyone? Roll call?
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
And Mr. McDonald?
Yes. I need a motion to adjourn to executive session for possible litigation.
Make that motion.
Craig made the motion,
Second.
second by Jim. All in favor? Aye. We do have number 8 still to come back to. If Matt gets here, John, we will come out, get a picture, that way you don't have to wait around for all the meetings. Come out and carry over into a regular meeting. Matt got here, we had discussion on Matt. Matt, could you take it over?
Well, so,
Or if there's any questions. Sorry, I'll wait. Or
just kind of learning about this tonight, my 1,000 level view of it is, tell me factually somebody if I got something wrong. The town of Peru acquired images that photographs that somebody had already taken, correct? Provided them to an artist and paid the artist to paint those, and then we hung those images on a building, correct?
is that right, Greg?
Oh,
Now?
okay, so, yes, that is accurate.
These are old images that we had in the story, in the history, in Helm's department.
Yeah, so Helen's, trying to think of where else they came from.
I don't
Clinton.
know, because you collected them before it came.
So some of them for you. Mel, you gave me some photos.
Yeah, and those came from,
From there. There were some others from the Clinton County Historical Museum. I believe there were some, and I've cited all of those. and they're on the website. Is that what?
Yeah, the basic principle is that you made an artistic interpretation
Yeah.
of those old photographs, which I mounted on the building.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so the reselling of that image doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the town of Peru. It's just as if we gave them that picture of the Valcourt Lighthouse and said, can you paint this for us so we can hang it up? We own the physical painting that he gave us, but we don't own the right to that image. So if he wants to reproduce that image and sell it, and not have anything to do with, not say, the resale can't have anything to do with the town of Peru or donations to Peru. If he wants to, my understanding would be, without researching it, somebody else owns the right to that image to reproduce it. If the artist wants to reproduce it and then sell it, it's at his, I'll say potential peril, if the original owner of that image has a problem. The town of Peru owns what we paid for, it's hanging up on the building, that's where it ends as far as the town goes. The GoFundMe page gives me a little bit more concern because looking at just the printouts, it's clearly, to me, it could be very easily interpreted that somebody's trying to raise money for a project on behalf of the town as part of this page. I don't know what the page is, but it's a picture of the town building. It says Visual Legacy Project. I don't know what these donations are supposed to go for or what this is about, but this to me implicates the town of Peru more than the resale of those images. And that's what I have a much bigger concern about. So what's that? What is this GoFundMe page for?
Oh, okay, so in the process of working through getting the sponsorship for the paintings, I've been talking to Amy Guglielmo, who's one of the coordinators for all the murals at Plattsburgh. And so this was kind of like essentially early days as we were starting to figure out what we're doing. And the murals that she has going over there are all funded, like crowdsourced grants, and private individuals giving donations to the artists. And so her suggestion was, hey, it doesn't hurt, GoFundMe page, just throw it up there. So it hasn't raised any funding. No. It was just kind of like, hey, here you go, I don't know, social media stuff, but it's not really what I do. So there's, it doesn't, no skin off my back if that thing disappears.
So I think what they did in the cities, I know any little bit, they have, I think it's called Outside Art or Walk Here. They set up their own entity that fundraises on behalf of that.
Yeah.
That is, so you can differentiate between them and like the city of Plattsburgh.
Gotcha.
So that's, so if you know,
I
that
didn't
is,
realize that's how it is. So yeah, so
yeah, it's a totally
it just
different
makes
entity.
that, if
Yeah.
that's an issue.
And it's only an issue because I know you use attention, but it looks like you're, it can be interpreted that you're trying to fundraise on behalf of the town.
Gotcha.
And that's what we can't really allow.
Okay.
But the reason you're fundraising benefits the town of Peru. You know, look at it, the murals, obviously the city downtown look awesome. So it's just a matter of setting up that own like not-for-profit entity that's going to work on behalf,
Gotcha.
not on behalf of the town, but working kind of in conjunction with the town to beautify things, or however you want to interpret that. That would be that's a much safer way for everybody to do it. So if you collected donations on behalf of the town and somebody thought it was a taxable write-off, that's a problem too, you know? So we just got to differentiate between the two and everybody's good to go.
Yeah.
But if you want to help with it or want to talk about it, let me know.
No, so your advisement is ditch GoFundMe.
Yeah.
You can keep it, but take the image of
Yeah.
the building from Peru to make it,
Yeah.
because people can take it, like Matt said. and-
People are going to look at Visual Legacy Project and go, oh, that's what they did down at the Heyworth Basin building, I want to donate to that.
Because it has a picture of a building from Peru.
The individual ones are fine. The big one showing the building makes it look like it's town of Peru is in with you.
Is involved in the fundraiser.
Right.
Or that the donation is going to the town.
Yeah, that
Something
makes
like
sense. I got you.
But if you had like Peru Beautification LLC at the top, somebody create an entity like that, then it's clear that's not what's happening. You know, say very clearly that the town of Peru is not involved in this, however, this is a non-for-profit that we're doing A, B, and C for.
Gotcha.
All right?
And can we use that as part of the grant funding for Helen in the future, same LLC?
No.
No, because it's
The
a
grant
town.
funding comes to the town.
It's to the town.
I think that's where my original question came, was grantors, in the past, but I've never dealt with an artist, when they paid for professional services, like the town of Peru would have owned whatever we paid for.
Right.
So we would have owned the image, it would have been ours. And that was the question that came to my mind. And it was specifically because at first we were going to buy images for the Heyworth building. So if, you know, the grantor had paid for the professional services to paint something for the Heyworth building. I didn't know who owned the image, you know. So the grantor would have thought that the town of Peru owned it.
We don't own, I think what Matt's saying, we don't own the image, we own the painting, right?
Yeah. Okay.
We own the physical
And-
painting, right?
and-
Not
Not
the
the
image.
already in existence.
Because it was already there, the image was
So like
already
the one,
there.
the new one downtown on the corner of the Electus building, which is, you know, that big gorgeous. I don't, there's an agreement, I would think, between the LLC or the entity that did the artwork, probably the city and the owner of that building as to who actually now owns that image, because it's a brand new image. The images we reproduced were already in existence, so somebody already owned them. You know what I mean? But the one, because the mural's downtown or somebody's new creation, there's gotta be an agreement between the artist and the wall that it's going on. After this is up, who owns this? Who owns the, you know, like the whole Taylor Swift thing, reproducing all her albums because somebody else bought the rights to the music? Same kind of idea. There's gotta be an agreement between who owns the artwork once it's produced when it's brand new.
Okay. And I'm in the works of negotiating a mural on the side of the Grand Union, and I'm working on generating a contract that stipulates a lot of what you're talking about. So it might be advantageous for us to have something on paper.
Yes, always better to have something on paper.
Now, what about like the pictures that are already out there? Say the ones, I don't know if it's the Florences or if it's the Masons, the one that looks like,
When you say already up there, what do you mean, on the building? or
on the
website?
building.
Okay.
The one that it looks like an out west, like the guys all dressed up and,
Yeah,
That's Mason Brothers.
that was the Mason brothers.
Yeah.
Now, what if
Picture.
he were to want to sell his images, would they have any say in whether, because they paid for him to paint that, could they deny him or have an issue?
That doesn't implicate the town, so I'm not gonna, I don't wanna say something wrong.
Okay,
I mean, there's too much in that area that, I mean, the copyright area is very specific, so without knowing, there's
so
just too
even
many
if it's
areas.
on the town building, it doesn't involve the town?
Right, just like if we, you know, you buy image 59 of 100 of that thing of Valcourt and we hang it up on the wall, we own that painting.
We own the
But
painting.
we can't reproduce it and sell it.
We
We can't take that image and resell it. Same thing with the area shot of Peru. Somebody took that photograph, we bought it, or we got donated, we hung it up on the wall. We can't take that to Staples, copy it and color 200 times and sell it, because we don't own the right to the image.
So like none of these people who have donated the money for the paint can't come back
Correct.
on?
They can't come, correct.
Right, I can't get royalties.
He tried.
He tried.
Like, I donated money, I'm gonna sell it, I'm not like royalty. Not happening.
So that,
And now,
we're good on that. Any discussion,
now,
questions?
you lost my royalties.
No. Exactly. Yeah, the liability is not on the town. If there is any ever liability. We own the painting, but we don't own the image.
Yep.
You
You're
don't
living
own
like
the rights
Jim.
to-
No.
I see what you.
Because the town can't get involved with that kind of thing.
Greg, you all set?
Yes.
You good?
Answer your questions,
Yeah.
Okay.
Love what you're doing.
That's the answer to number 8.
Don't
No,
just
I
say,
got you.
Anything else before we adjourn the meeting? That was the only thing we had to come back out here for. That's what we did discuss about, you know, if it was a liability or litigation or anything, could be liability. And that answered our questions. So, anything else? And if not, we're gonna get a picture with John after we adjourn right now, and we'll be out of here. Courtney, though, gotta talk with Matt after about something not even town related. Motion to adjourn the meeting. Mel made the motion, Eric second, all in favor?
Aye.